Hello, friends. Welcome back. Now, as some of you who are listening to this video may know, my daughter was married this past weekend, and I learned a little bit about myself and some of my limiting beliefs. Just to give you some context, I was raised in a very traditional Italian family. And as you can imagine, had a very strict upbringing. My daughter is the oldest of all the grandchildren and the first to get married. Everyone in my family was so excited about sharing in this celebration and very, very supportive in every way. Now, my daughter is very untraditional and creative and chose to have her ceremony and celebration at a barn and decided to make it a costume party. Now, there were many aspects of this special day that was not like anything I had ever experienced before or anyone I knew had ever done. Immediately, I became very anxious about what my parents were going to say and think. I feared their judgment. Deep, deep down, my limiting belief was that if my parents didn't approve of my daughter's wedding, they wouldn't accept me, and that meant that I wasn't good enough. Now, this is a belief that a lot of us carry. It's very common, and we carry it throughout our lifetime. We fear what our friends will think. We fear what our colleagues will think, what our family and friends will think. We judge ourselves through the eyes of others. And I tell you that that is a losing game. Someone may have had a bad day, or they may have been very limited in their experiences, or narrow-minded in their thinking. And how would it make any sense at all to accept what they are thinking or saying about you actually has anything to do with the reality of any given situation? The only thing that really matters is what you think about you. Are you a loving person? Do you have an open heart with your family and friends? Are you loyal? Are you honest? Really connect to and acknowledge your own beautiful qualities and values and appreciate every single one of them. Have compassion for yourself when you're in pain or struggling. And lastly, really learn to love yourself unconditionally. This means loving yourself even though you've made a mistake, even though you didn't make the best decision, even though you may have had bad judgment. We are all human. And the reason why we are all on this earth is to make mistakes so that we can learn from them. Learn to be the best possible version of ourselves through trial and error and making those mistakes. Now, loving yourself unconditionally is something that we all aspire to achieve because this is what brings true happiness and joy. This is what creates freedom from anxiety and regret. And this is where we can find true peace within ourselves. To learn to live your life this way, you start with self-awareness. And when you have fear and anxiety and it shows up, don't react. Give yourself that moment. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, why are you feeling this way? And be open to the answer you receive within yourself. And the answer you receive may be, I'm feeling anxiety around this and taking any action because I fear what it says about me and whether I am good enough. Or it could be, I am feeling anxiety around this situation because I fear their judgment. And this could confirm that I'm not good enough. There are a multitude of possible scenarios. But when this fear or anxiety comes up, instead of allowing yourself to become engulfed in it, surrender this anxiety to a higher source or the universe or whatever else feels true to you. You may ask yourself, how do I surrender? For me, I relax my body, imagining myself handing over this negative emotion to something or someone else, a divine source, whatever is true for you. Instead of carrying this heavy burden yourself. This is the mind-body connection. And you are not allowing that monkey mind to take over. Here, you are in charge of what you allow for yourself. Being in a constant state of anxiety or being in a constant state of peace. You are in charge of your emotional state, and you can decide. Surrender is a deeply misunderstood as an act of weakness, and yet the truth is that it is the bravest act a person can do because you are giving up control. And this is really hard to do. And this is where you find true healing. By the way, I want to say that my daughter's wedding was an absolutely magical day for me and my family, and it couldn't have gone any better. I worried needlessly about what my parents would think, and they in fact loved every minute of it, even the parts that they didn't understand or had never been exposed to. There was a lot of love from my family and friends, which was present within that celebration. And that is all you really need and all you really want. Until next time, and I am sending you all my positive energy. Till next time, love you all.